Hello friends, welcome to my tiny pathetic channel. Today I thought I would share some of my favorite horror animes. Animes? Is the plural just anime? I know in Japanese it is. I don't know. Anyway, so the first thing I wanted to get out of the way are like the series that I'm not sure count as horror, you know? Like Gantz and Inuyashiki. They're by the same author, so I kind of group them together because they've got similar themes and stuff. They're like, I don't know if themes is the right word, but like they're similar in that like they're kind of violent, but they're not exactly horror, I don't think. So yeah, I really love both of those, but they're not really on the list because I don't really consider them like horror, I guess. And then there's also Shinsekai Yori, and that is like I've seen it on lists of like top horror anime, but like I didn't find it scary at all. It was more just a dystopian fantasy sort of thing. I really loved it, but it wasn't really horror to me, so that's a thing. And also Monster. I'm pretty sure it's horror. It's kind of similar to Death Note, sort of. But like, I'm also not including it because I haven't finished it yet. But I just love it so much so far. I'm like halfway through. I haven't watched it in such a long time. I can't even remember what episode I'm on. But I love it. Okay, so on to the actual list. Number 5 would be Pet Shop of Horrors. It's from like the 90s, and it's about this detective who is like investigating these crimes and like these deaths, and they all tie back to this one pet shop owner, and the pets that he sells are like causing all the deaths. And I think the manga went on for.
Wait, what?
My brother is in here listening to me.
I'm not your brother.
No names involved, but he's my brother. He's a liar. I forgot to put in my microphone. I'm such a failure. Anyway.
Restart.
No,
Restart.
it's fine. Okay, I
Wait,
got this far.
What are all the pets doing is my original?
Well, you have to watch that and find out. Not sponsored.
I'm not watching.
Okay, and then it's really good though. I love it. I think the manga is like longer than the anime. The anime only got 4 episodes. I think I said that already.
Okay,
But okay. Oh, another one too I was going to mention in the honorable mentions or whatever, the disclaimer thing at the beginning. Ito Junji collection. I like the manga. I love Junji Ito so much. Junji Ito? I don't know which one I'm supposed to say. But his manga is so good. The anime was like, eh. You know, same with Danganronpa. The games are good. The anime, not so much. Anyway, so that's Pet Shop of Horrors. Very good. And then number 4, Bloodsea. A lot of people don't like it because it's just a bunch of gore near the beginning, but then there's like a huge plot twist at the end, and it shows kind of in between, like at the beginning of episodes and like in the middle, like little intervals of like a flashback or somebody's like narration. I can't really remember exactly what it was, but it was talking about like humanity or something deep like that. I don't know. And like, it was so good, the ending. Like, I was so shook. I can't believe I said shook. Okay. It's just super gory. It's really famous for being like just super over the top and just completely just, yeah, lots of gore, huge plot twist. I really like both those things, so that's good. I started Blood Plus, and I watched the movie like Blood Lost Dark. I liked The Lost Dark, but like Blood Plus I couldn't get into, mostly just because like the character was so different. Like it's each series or movie is like a different version of Saya, but this one was just so different from the ones I knew, even though it came before Bloodsea, that I don't know, I just couldn't get into it, and it wasn't like super gory like the other one, so maybe I'll pick it up again someday. I have no idea.
And you just can't get into it because you know that they could never understand.
Okay, number 3 is Osama Game. That one came out last year, I believe. I think it aired the same season that Inuyashiki did. I think. Anyway, it's like objectively, it's kind of bad, I think. But like I enjoyed it because it's really gory and stupid. I mean, I actually like felt for the characters, but it was still kind of dumb. I don't know. I liked it. It's not the best, but I liked it. It's basically, it's kind of like that movie Truth or Dare that just came out last year, 2018.
Oh, that movie's garbage.
Yeah, that movie was garbage. I kind of felt it was like kind of ripping off Osama Game, but I feel like Osama Game is such a like little known thing that, I mean, any sort of game-based horror could have come from like, basically what I'm trying to say is any game you can kind of use for the basis of a horror movie. So I'm not saying like Truth or Dare directly copied Osama Game, but they're similar, and I got really similar vibes from them, except I actually liked Osama Game. Anyway, so they're playing this game. They're not playing the game. Oh my god. They get these messages. I can't even remember. They get messages onto their cell phones saying that they have to do certain things. And it gets really extreme. Like, you have to break your fingers, you have to have sex with this person, you have to, like,
A freak.
whatever. Or you die. And you get, like, killed in really brutal ways. And, like, that aspect of it... I cannot talk. That aspect of it I really liked. Like, you have to do this thing or you die. And it's really brutal. And it was, like, really good. I really liked it. I literally can't even remember how it ended because it was just so bland, I guess. Like, the only thing I really enjoyed about it was the gore and the characters. Like, with Bloodsea, I put it lower because just the gore and the plot twist at the end was, like, really good. But with Osama Game, I got attached to the characters, like, really easily. And, yeah, so that's that. Number 2 is Happy Sugar Life. And that one is more... Like, it's definitely horrific enough to be considered a horror. But, like, there's no... Like, there's blood, there's murder, but, like, there's, like, only a couple deaths and it's not super gory. The more disturbing stuff is, like, the sexual violence, like, the rape, the pedophilia. It's just really disturbing.
The what?
The what?
Sorry.
Yeah, I told you to plug your ears. I can't even remember what I was going to say. Oh yeah, watching it at the time, I really enjoyed it. It's basically about this girl who, she, like, kidnaps this, like, 8-year-old, I think. She's, like, 16. So it's not like she's, like, I don't know. It was just super weird because she said she was, like, in love with this kid, even though she didn't do anything, like, explicit. It was just super weird. I mean, the kid willingly went with her because her parents were mean or something. I can't remember exactly. There was the whole thing with her parents, and then there's this other guy, my favorite character, in... I don't even want to go into it because somebody I'm really close to has gone through a bunch of stuff and I don't even want to... Like, I probably wouldn't even rewatch the show again. But I enjoyed it when it was airing. It's good. If you can handle that sort of thing, it's, like, really good.
I handle what?
Handle what? Anyway, number 1, of course, is Another. If you're, like, a friend or, like, a sibling, hi. You know that I love Another with all my heart. I read the book.
Wait, really?
Yeah, really. I read the novel after I saw the anime, but I kind of feel like I like the anime more. Because the animation is so good. I liked what they did with Takazawa's character, even though I hated her. Like, in the book, she just kind of dies. I mean, wow, that's a spoiler. Rip. But, like, in the anime, there was the whole other backstory to her. And, yeah. The movie, the live-action movie, is really good if you want to laugh at how terrible it is. Like, they ruined... My favorite scene was ruined. Oh yeah, that's another reason it's up the top, because my favorite scene in all of anime, I think, is in, I think, the 7th episode? 7th episode, yeah. I kind of knew it was coming because I'd seen spoilers on the internet before I watched the show. Actually, I think that was what kind of drew me to the show. I was like, oh, what's that? Gotta check this out. It was really good. But the movie completely butchered my favorite scene, every death scene, really. Spoon. Yeah, so if you want, I was really mad when I watched it the first time, but watching it now, I think I'd get a laugh out of it. So if you're into that, that's a good time. But I think the anime is the best. Also, the novel's really good. And there's, like, a spin-off that kind of takes place, like, during the original, when Misaki is, like, on vacation or something. And that one was really good. I liked it a lot more than the novel, but not as much as the anime, because there was, like, no curse, no deaths or whatever. And, oh yeah, it's about the classroom is cursed. Every month a person dies. Someone in the class and somebody, like, related to a person in the class. And, like, in, like, really weird accidents mostly. So it's like Final Destination of anime, I've heard people call it. I haven't seen Final Destination, but I've seen scenes and it's like, okay, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, anyway, the spin-off of the spin-off of the novel. The spin-off of the novel made me cry. Holy crap. I was destroyed. 10 out of 10 would recommend. So, yeah, those are all my...
What out of 10?
10 out of 10 would recommend.
You said, like, something out of 10.
Did I? I don't know. So anyway, those are my favorite horror anime. I just kind of wanted to make that list just because, like, there's so much I still haven't seen. And, like, I want recommendations, even though I still have a whole huge list of stuff I still have to watch. Yeah. Thank you for sticking through this mess of a video, and Have a spoopy night.
Wait.